in the league, obviously. Gets beaten there.
Jamar Chase is one of the great catchers of the football in contested wrestling, one-handed situations in the Super Bowl. He is one of the best finishers of catches I think I've ever seen.
That pass over the middle, that's good.
This plays the back.
Good cut back by Mixon.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our season finale of Tigress Talk. I am Jess, aka Hube. I am joined by Kayla, Jerry, and Whitney, as always. And we are the first and only Bengals show created by women. So, welcome, everybody. Thank you all for a wonderful season. And it's been a lot of fun ending with the Super Bowl. What more could you really ask for?
Not much. I'm in still full celebration mode. Like I'm trying to stay there.
I agree. Game recap, I feel like I don't really have a lot to say about the game. It was a wonderful experience. I really enjoyed being there. The touchdown pass by Mixon, I think, was probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
I mean, holy cow. And it's funny because Cap had been saying that all year. Mixon's got to throw a touchdown pass. Mixon's got to throw a touchdown pass. And then he finally did it. And I thought it was so awesome. I wish we could have pulled out the win, but it is what it is. Looking ahead, I'm very hopeful for the future of this team and of this franchise. So,
Yes.
I don't want
Absolutely.
to dwell too much on that loss. So, because I don't think it really describes the season. For us, I feel like our season was so much bigger than just one loss. Unfortunately, it was in the Super Bowl, but there's a lot of good to be taken from this game. You want down? She wants down.
I think
It definitely
that-
felt like this was a bonus season because
for sure.
none of us expected this. I mean, we hoped for it, but
Yeah.
it was like a precursor to everything to come.
Yeah.
So I'm still chalking it up as a very successful season.
Absolutely.
I'm so proud of these
for
guys.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I am very proud of our guys. I'm proud of everything that they accomplished, and I feel like there's nothing but good things to come. I think it will only continue to get better. And I know that there's been a lot of talk of how there's like a Super Bowl hangover and it's hard to repeat. It's hard to get back there. And I think that those are all valid arguments because I do think it is hard to get back to the Super Bowl. But I feel like this team is special in the fact that they've never cared about expectations. They've never cared about limitations. And if you tell them they can't do something, they'll do it. And so to me, it seems like that's not really going to be a problem for these guys, especially when you continue to add talent and continue to get better roster. I think they just are a few pieces away from a really complete team that can really do a lot. So and get back to the Super Bowl. So
They're still hungry. It's unfinished business. They still have something really to fight for. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Greg says, Houday, tough loss, but so much to gain after this season. Also, congratulations, ladies. It's such an awesome podcast. I hope you do more in the off season and around the draft. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. So anyway, so I feel like looking forward to the future, unrestricted free agents, we have a lot of them. I hope we re-sign all of them. That might be silly, but I really hope we can, guys like Riley Reef. I know he was injured there at the end, but Larry Okunjobi also injured at the end. CJ Uzama is a big fan favorite that I hope to see back. Josh Tupou. I feel like I'm always saying that wrong, but Vernon Hargraves, Kevin Huber, who's a hometown hero, Brandon Allen, our favorite guy to see in the fourth quarter. Jesse Bates the third. I mean, he's the number one. I think everybody really wants to see get that big payday. Clark Harris, our very own touchdown Jesus. Eli Apple.
Why was we not calling him that?
Long snapper Jesus, not touchdown Jesus. Long snapper Jesus. Touchdown Jesus is the guy that got on fire.
On what was that? 75.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. Long snapper.
I mean, I think it could be a potential nickname.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's what people call him. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. Jordan Evans, Quentin Spain, Mike Thomas, BJ Hill, Jalen Davis, Trey Flowers, Darius Phillips, Fred Johnson, Auden Tate. All guys that I think are very valuable and could hopefully be extended, but we'll see. Time will tell. But
Plus, free agency is going to be really exciting because I feel like we're now a destination where people will be more willing to come to.
We got lots of money.
We have lots of money and lots of talent. So
and we won a lot of games this year. I mean, we've got the money. We've got the exciting young team.
We have the culture.
Yes. Ooh, the culture. You know what? I think the culture is going to make it hard for some guys to get in here because I think there might be some guys where they're like, thanks, but no thanks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that might be interesting to see how some of those things play out.
There could be a few big names that we're like, thanks, but no thanks, because they might not fit our culture too.
Exactly. Exactly. So, obviously the offensive line has been a big point of contention and a big talking point for free agency. And, rightly so. I feel like I talked about this today a little bit on Twitter with Lindsay Patterson. I responded to her tweet and I got lots of people agreeing with me, but I think free agency is where you go after the O-lineman. Yep. I feel like that's exactly what we need to do. And a couple of the guys that are up that could be good are Ryan Jensen, Brandon Scherf, Laken Tomlinson, Connor Williams, James Daniels. Those are the interior guys. And then as far as tackles, we've got Taron. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. Armstead. I think he's the one I've seen a lot of people talking about him.
Armstead.
Yeah.
Orlando Brown Jr., Dwayne Brown, Eric Fisher, Morgan Moses. So those are some guys to kind of keep an ear out for. I'll be excited to see kind of how those things, come about. I think Riley Reef was a big signing for us last year in free agency. I hope, he can get healthy and we can keep him on the team and, continue to add to that in that same fashion. And I think if we have a good offseason the way we have this past year, then, think there's good things are coming. So,
yeah.
I feel like everything has set us up for next year. I really do think that the team thought that next year was going to be our big push for the Super Bowl and everything. So the fact that we got there this year, I feel like we might get some guys that come in a little cheaper than we would have maybe had to pay them before because people want to come here. They know that we're contenders. So I think that's going to work in our benefit as well.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's fun too that the last two off seasons we've spent all of our money in free agency on the defense, and so obviously this year it's the offensive turn, and we need an offensive lineman. And I think about that group, that unit as a whole, and how tight they have to be, and those guys, offensive linemen, put their body on the line every freaking play. They have to literally be willing to pretty much die for their quarterback, and they're getting beat up every freaking game. They get absolutely no love or no credit. The only time anybody talks about them is when it goes bad.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do that job, ideally, and most of them don't get a chance to do this, but you want to kind of love the dude that you're blocking for. I
Yeah.
think a lot of guys are going to be okay doing all that work for Joe Burrow. I just do.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he got him all those
absolutely.
blinged out baby G-Shocks for Christmas. So
There
you
you
might
go.
think maybe there's a nice Christmas gift coming my way.
Right.
Just saying. We've gotten a couple comments about Gronkowski coming to the Bengals. I know I heard that a few weeks ago, and my first reaction was like, oh God, please no. I feel like he's a major distraction, but I could see why Gronk would want to come play with the Bengals because Joe Burrow, I think people have made a lot of comparisons between him and Tom Brady. So I could kind of see now that his quarterback is retired, I could honestly see Gronk retiring, but I don't know that I would love to see him as a Bengal because I love CJ and I feel like he would be a distraction.
He feels like a frat boy and like he likes a lot of attention.
I don't know that he fits the culture that we're going for.
I just love Gronk though.
I do too. I love him so much. I think he's hilarious. When he freaking spiked the Lombardi trophy and put a dent in this 7-pound piece of Tiffany silver, like I thought that was hilarious because he's not on my team and it's not my trophy that he put his giant dent in. So I don't know. I think he's the kind of guy where you just kind of like you can laugh at him if he's not on your team, and if he's on your team, you're like, oh God, what are you doing? Like,
I know.
I'm special.
I do think it's a possibility that like him and CJ together.
Oh my gosh.
Their
would
personality
totally had a-
tandem.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
would be so fun. I think
Yeah.
it'd be fun.
I don't have any say in it, so I'm good with whatever. But honestly,
It would be like
I don't-
watching the Olympics of photobombing, first of all.
Oh yeah.
Right? And can you imagine if we did win the Super Bowl, like what that party would look like? Joe Burrow would never recover. He'd need a whole offseason to get over that hangover. Like for real.
Oh my god! Did you guys see last
kind of fun.
for the last Super Bowl parade when Gronk like
Yes.
had the Lombardi trophy and he
He
was
threw it off
acting
a
like he
boat?
was? Oh no! He acted like he was shoving it up his own butt.
Oh,
That was probably. I've never
Stay
been a fan of
classy,
Gronk,
Gronk.
but
I
I was
do
just
love
like
Gronk.
that
he's
won me
hilarious.
over because I'm like, you're so stupid
He is.
I love
God.
that.
in
I
front
think
of just thousands of people, just shoving it right up
Shove
there.
up your
I'm just like,
butt. Did you guys see Tom Brady's tweet today at Matt
Yeah.
Stafford where he was
Yeah.
like, mix in some water,
Drink some
trust me on
water."
this one?
Did you see Stafford's wife's response, Kelly?
No.
No.
She was like, at Tom Brady, wish you had said this 24 hours earlier. I guess it was like too late for that advice.
I
Oh,
wasn't able
that's
to look at any of the parade footage for them. Like,
I
Good
saw
for
people
you
ragging on
guys.
him
I
because
just
there was
couldn't
nobody
see it.
there, but
Yeah.
I didn't see anything else really.
I think some of those weren't fair because I think some of the like tweets and pictures and stuff were taken like an hour or two before. Granted, if that was us, like those streets would have been absolutely filled. But like 2 hours before is not really fair.
Probably not, but I still the thing that you sent me from PFF of the three
Yeah, that
guys,
was pretty,
Yeah, that was good.
the one guy in the
that
balcony,
was pretty funny.
I choose to believe that
In
that
my
was an
head, that was
actual
their
celebration. I didn't watch any other footage. I have just decided that is what it was. That was.
We'll have to link that in the description because I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh
gosh.
god.
Oh, it's so funny.
I'll have to find that
good.
one. I'm missing out on this joke right now.
Sorry.
But, yeah, and I feel like LA is just kind of they're like too cool to care about anything. You know what I mean? Like, so they were like too cool to be excited about the win. They're like too cool for parades, whereas like we don't care at all. Like we have zero chill when it comes to that stuff.
yeah.
So, and
Well,
by
and
the
the
way,
I'm sorry, the Rams and the Chargers are like mom and dad that got divorced. Like they have partial custody of the city anyway. They don't even have like full custody, either one of them. And so there's that. And so, it's like who gets the stadium any other given weekend? And then it's like the kids don't even want to really root for them. They'd rather hang out with the fun uncle, which is any other team in the NFL. Like
the Raiders and the Niners, I feel like have most of the fans in California.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, but I will say that I was really excited seeing all the footage from the park today. I couldn't go, but I'm so happy for everybody who went. It seemed like it was a really good time. It seemed like it was a really big crowd, so that was awesome.
Yeah.
Hats off to everybody who went to that. So
Yeah, you guys know that I cry for everything, and I still have not cried for the loss. Believe it or not,
I didn't either.
I cried like leading up to like at the kickoff of the game. I was like crying. Everybody was the bet at our house was how many tissues I was going to go through, but I didn't cry after the game. I sobbed when I saw everybody lining up around the stadium to greet the guys on their way
Yeah.
home. Like that just touched my heart so much. And that's just what absolutely just sent me off the deep end of emotions.
Yeah.
It was so sweet.
I agree.
Yeah. I cried when I saw Peter Schrager and I asked him if he would say hi, Whitney, and then he pulled
That
and then
was
he pulled
so
out all
awesome.
that, and I was literally like sobbing at the end. I had to stop, like my hands started shaking. I had to stop it because I literally was like, oh, I don't want a selfie. I just want him to say hi, Whitney. Like 'cause everyone's taking selfies, and I was like, I just had my video rolling, and I was like, I just wanted to say hi, Whitney. I just wanted him to say hi, Whitney, and I was like, can you say hi, Whitney? And he was like, oh,
I can't believe you did that. If I was to have a child, like I owe you my firstborn child, 100%. I don't even know how you thought to do that, and the fact you even thought about doing that. And I want you to know, I was like getting ready. I was in the bathroom getting ready, like right before our guest was coming over, and I hear my mom yelling through the house, like running, like Whitney, did you say this? And I thought, oh God, what's happening? House is on fire. Nope, she's like running out with her iPad. She's like, it's Peter Schrager. And I heard your voice at the beginning of it, and I was like, that's Jess. And so anyway, I've never been so touched. That was the coolest, raddest thing ever.
Well, because you know why, Whitney, is when I think of Good Morning Football, I think of you because you are like their number one fan, and like I like it. Like I think they're okay. Like I think they're definitely the most positive show about football on TV, and I think NFL Network is like hands down 100 million times better than ESPN. So you know, I do like them, but I feel like you are like the diehard. Like you watch every morning. Like you are really the diehard. So whenever I see anything Good Morning Football, you are like my first thought. So yeah. I didn't care about my own selfies. I didn't care about taking a picture of Cap, although he probably would have appreciated that. But my first thought was like, I got to see if Peter will just say hi, Whitney, and then the fact that he knew exactly who I was talking about, and that
that's amazing.
I was like, I did not expect that, and I was just really blown away and touched by that. So that was like the one and only time I cried that day. Really, well, I think I probably cried during the national anthem because I always do, and
that was a good national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
So great. I cry during all that stuff, and when they run out on the field. I always cry for that too. But no, I didn't. When we lost, I was just kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, really? That was it? And then I see everybody running on the field, and then I see the confetti cannons, and I was like, huh. That was really it. Like, I really thought they were going to drive down the field and win that game. I really thought. I thought worst case scenario, we're going to overtime. Worst case scenario, we get to midfield. Evan McPherson kicks the field goal. We go to overtime. I was completely stunned that it ended that way. Like I was just in shock, I think. And I literally sat there, Cap and I just sat there in our seats, and we were the only people left there sitting, and security started coming down. And I was like, they didn't say anything to us, but I was like, I think we better go now. like literally, like it was so bizarre. But the weird thing to me is that there were fans on the field, kind of, but there were some Bengals fans on the field, and it wasn't nearly as ruckus as I thought it would be, honestly. Like it was very subdued, I thought. And the guys on the field, you could tell were like, I could see them far off in the distance or whatever. But it was very underwhelming, in my opinion. So I don't know.
It's just the vibe. I swear. It's so you've got the fan. I don't know. So I like the Rams, okay, and the one little like consolation prize I had for myself was like all the love fest between two teams. Like there's a lot of like mutual love and respect. So I thought at least it's not some asshole team or a team that has a few assholes on it they particularly hate. At least I kind of like those guys.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the fan bases, we couldn't be more night and day if we tried.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like a tale of two opposites when it comes to our fan base. Like we're crazy. We're psycho. Like we eat, live and breathe everything Bengals. It's a family. It's diehard. We've been through the shit together, like all that. LA Rams are just like their fans. Look, their 10 fans are just they're pretty chill. They don't die for it like we do. So I think that's probably what you saw. Like it was just like, oh, this is great, but not like we would have been.
Yeah.
Dalton says the loss was a sting, but I had no tears because of what we've already done this season, saving them tears for Super Bowl 57 victory. Yes, Dalton, I love that.
That's another thing about our fans. We cry. We don't cry when it goes bad. We cry when we win. We don't cry.
Yeah. No,
We're like,
truly.
oh man.
It's funny because
We've been
I was like,
responding.
I was telling this to Kat, but I feel like the reasons I cry are number one, happy, touched, emotional. Like that's
Yeah.
like the number one
Yeah.
reason that I cry. Number two is frustration. And then
Yeah.
like way, way down low, number three is sad. Like I feel like I
Yeah.
cried a lot of sad tears when my dog died. And that's like literally the only sad tears I've cried like in the past 10 years. Like I feel like there's
Yeah.
a lot of things that I just can just not really, I can just kind of rationalize them or think through them. Okay. And but like I'm happy, emotional, and frustrated are my two big crying things. Cap says that officiating took the emotion right out of me. Doesn't feel like a loss. I was gonna try and not talk about the officiating because I get very angry every time I talk about it. And the fact of the matter is what's done is done. And I wanted to focus on all the positive, happy memories we've had.
Yes, exactly.
But
The officiating was bad for like both sides. They missed a lot of calls on both sides, which I appreciated that they didn't call anything. Hated that they waited so long to start calling stuff.
Yeah.
And then they missed
Well,
another
that's
thing that
the
would
thing.
have
Yeah.
they missed that
I
the
feel like there was
entire
only
offensive
one,
line.
the face mask was the only call they missed against us. I feel
Yeah.
like it wasn't nearly as back and forth as it, whatever people are saying. People are saying, people are saying it was 50-50. It was not 50-50. It was one call and then like 15 calls in the last 2 minutes of the game, which is the most shady crap I've ever even heard of. So
yeah, it's
But
more
we
so
also
that
have
the
to not put
style.
ourselves in that position for
Right.
the
I
officiate
know.
to take it away from us.
Yeah.
I
Well,
know.
okay. We know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get
But
it. We
just
didn't
saying,
play the greatest
the
game.
style
But
of officiating changed completely in like the last 50 seconds.
Oh,
or
absolutely.
It did,
whatever.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
that's what was disappointing.
and it was so
You know.
obvious. Like it was so abrupt. Like someone turned on a light switch. It was just,
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Yeah. It's like they switched out officiating crews in the last
I know.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Really?
It's like they got a call. They were like, "Oh, hold on, the Bengals cannot win this game." They're like, "Oh, okay."
Bring in the body doubles. Like, real quick.
Eric,
What if it was like Scooby Doo and we lifted the mask off one of the
my
kids
God.
and it was like Ben Roethlisberger? Was
Oh my God.
No, my God.
now to see who you really
That
are.
image in my head. That explains so much.
Right? Oh, sorry. I should have saved that one for conspiracy theories.
Era says, "Congrats to Jerry and to all the new season ticket holders! Yay! I know I've seen
Yes.
so many today. Today must have been a really good day for the season ticket office because
I
I saw
know.
Jerry
Yeah.
and Mike, and I'm gonna stop naming them because I'm gonna miss people, but Brittany, and there's just been a lot of great, awesome fans, and a lot of people from out of town too. So
Yeah.
that's exciting to me. Like Mike's in California, Jerry's in Florida. I saw somebody today in Chicago. I mean, it's just been a lot of
Someone
really
from Iowa.
yay!
Wow.
Oh, that's so
No.
great.
I'm so excited.
I'm so happy for you.
Yes.
You're coming.
Love
Like,
it.
Girls trip.
I'm happy for me too because of that reason.
Yeah.
I know I got at least one of those tickets with my name on it.
That was one of the first things Brian said was, well, I hope Whitney can go to a game with you. I was like, oh, I've already told her she doesn't have a choice.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. We got to get Whitney into more games for sure. She is good luck. Well, speaking of Whitney, would you like to do some game balls?
I just have one.
Okay.
Hot, hot, height.
Okay. So last game ball of the season, I could have gone with Logan Wilson because we all brought him up this week, right? Like right after the game, he was amazing. Or like Joe Mixon because that touchdown was bomb. But so this game ball goes to the people who packed the stadium this year, the tailgaters, the diehards, the new bloods, and the lifers, the podcasters, the tweeters, the folks with sunglasses and turtlenecks all of a sudden, the graphic artists, the t-shirt gurus, the ones who held believe signs in the stands all season, the ones that were with us from day one and supported this crazy idea, the ones that screamed, "Why not us?" Even when everybody else was doubting us, the loyal, the diehard, our fan base, the Bengals fans. You all get it.
Yay. Oh, that's so good. I agree. It's been a rough couple of years for Bengals fans, and I, for one, really welcome anybody on to the bandwagon. But just so you know, there's no getting off. Like, you're stuck now.
Yeah.
I hope you know that. I hope you planned accordingly because you're here now.
It's
No.
so cool to me how I used to be so nervous, like, how are we going to lose this game? And now I'm like so confident. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh wait, we have a chance to win this game even if we're down several touchdowns. It's like
Yeah.
a total shift in the whole fan base, and it's like this year has brought all that about. So
Yeah.
For
yeah.
sure, for sure.
And I
That's
just think
awesome.
like I look back at like how magical this season's been, right? Just in every possible way. But like the fan part of it is what I like. I have memories that will last a lifetime because of you guys, and all the people I met and the hugs and the high fives and the tears we shed together. We just made so many memories this season. It's unreal. And so I feel like it's only fitting that, I mean, if Zach can give a game ball to the fans, I'm giving one too. Because I love y'all.
Yes, that's amazing. Eric and Mary agree with you. And Era says, it's an incredible honor to receive this, my first game ball. I appreciate the love and support. Yep,
That's
Era,
amazing.
we had you in mind.
That's a lot of game balls to send out, so we're not doing
Great.
it.
You can expect your game
Virtual.
ball in 7 to 10 years.
Do not watch for your mailman to come with
That's
one.
funny. Okay, well, I think we need to talk. All right, our very last We Meet to Talk of the season. Remember to use code Tigress for 15% off your mead at Birmingham Meadery. Thank you so much for your support, Birmingham. We all just got new mead this week. I'm so excited. I'm still drinking the King of the North because I'm still riding that high, but I can't wait to try the new one, the Wolf something. And of course, Freya's Kiss is my OG favorite. So anyway, I think this week for We Meet to Talk, we're bringing all of our viewer comments and everything into it. I think we meet to talk this week about our favorite memories. So I think, well, let's start with the viewer comments and then we will all do all of ours. Okay. Okay. So thank you all so much for your comments on Twitter and for sharing your memories with us. There's been so much good from this season. I hate that. I wish we could have won the Super Bowl, but it doesn't take away from all the amazing memories that we've had this year. So, all right. O'Neill says, love the show. Been great watching the shows and watching the journey. Thank you all for a wonderful season. Best moment, Raiders playoff win / Higgins TD over Ramsey. Yeah, that was a really great moment. Thank you so much for the love, O'Neill. I appreciate you watching and following along and all that. Someone named Burrow's left shoulder pad, who I believe is a first-time caller, says the energy during the Jags game being down 21-0 to really kick off the season was awesome. And seeing this catch, even though it got called back, we snagged row 1 seats for $125 for the Niners game. Definitely going to get them again. I hope you can get them again at that price. I don't know that you will. I think prices are all going to go up. So I'm glad you got to see that for sure. And he linked a video too. If you go out to our Twitter, you'll see the video that he linked to that comment. So yeah, that's awesome. So many great touchdown moments this year with Joe Burrow. I think we missed a lot of that last year. So Bengals Aaron says, favorite memory, wild card round versus the Raiders, clinching our first playoff win in 3 decades. Yes, I have to agree. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but I said way back at one of our first shows, I said, if we could win a playoff game, I think it will feel like winning the Super Bowl. And honestly, like it really did. It really felt like everything was falling in place for us. So I have to agree. Bengals Aaron, that was a really great moment. Eric Thomas says, one of my favorite memories of the season is getting to experience the season with you four ladies. As far as favorite game, I'm going to say Las Vegas playoff game just because of all we had been through as a fan base. Thank you very much, Eric. I appreciate that. Craig Luther says, best memory of this year was when they came into Baltimore and totally blew out the Ravens. That was when I realized this team is special. I have to agree. Greg,
That was pretty fun.
sure. That was, I have to agree. I think a lot of eyes were opened that day, and mine for sure were. I mean, I always believed in this team. I believed in them preseason, but to go into Baltimore and win like that, I have to agree. That was definitely a big moment. Aaron Lathrop, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Favorite memory was beating KC week 17. Living in KC, it was enjoyable to have bragging rights over the city. On top of that, the Chiefs were the two-time defending AFC champs. That game proved we had arrived and that we could beat the best. We became Super Bowl contenders that day. Yes, absolutely. And then Christian actually sent me this via direct message. And this one is a little longer. He has a little message for all of us in here. So thank you so much, Christian, for taking the time to write all this out. Christian says, okay, it was a wonderful season. Definitely the best in my lifetime. However, I wanted to make my comment be one of thanks to you gals. This season was wonderful, of course, and having this weekly show made it so much more fun. That would have been Tigress Talk not existed. You gals are a blast. Kayla has a lot of useful tidbits and info about the team and history, and is genuinely a pleasure to listen to. Jerry, the resident wrestling fan, is the emotion of you four and provides heartfelt feelings and morale boosters, whether things are going well or not. Tiffany, the greatest debater ever. With biting attitude and wit. Absolutely no pun intended. I'd want Whitney in my corner for any argument, debate, or defense of the team. She is a complete winner. Jess, of course, the ace of all the above. Jess is all of us diehards rolled into one. Thanks to Jess, this great show is hosted perfectly and keeps everything running smoothly. She is awesome. So yes, thanks to all four of you for being awesome human beings that you are. I can't wait for next season. Smiley face. Wow, Christian, I don't even know what to say to that. That is just so kind and special. And I thank you so much for taking the time to say all of that. I don't think I host this show perfectly at all. Half the time I forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Half the time Cap's got like this whole thing over here for me that I completely ignore. So I appreciate the fact that you think that, though. Spot on about the other girls, though. And then Tyler said, our good friend Tyler Meinerding says, Tigress Talk had a very successful inaugural season. Do you guys have any big plans for 2022? I think so, Tyler. I think so, but I don't want to give too much away. So we'll keep that under wraps for right now. But I appreciate you. Appreciate your love for the show and for being a big supporter of ours. So, and then I think there were some more.
Whitney,
Wait, you're muted.
Hi.
Hi. Never mind. You went through this whole.
Yeah, you were using arm gestures. And...
What? Never mind.
Oh.
Come on, Whit. You can't just do that to us. Okay. Well, I think there were a few last minute entries that I didn't get onto our, main document. So I'm going to look those up really quickly while you guys share your favorite memories from the season.
Okay. So one of the best memories obviously was clinching the AFC North, and also just the iconic memory of Joe Burrow with no name tag on the back of his jersey is just always going to be etched into my mind. As far as one of my favorite moments on the podcast, though, when Jerry predicted that we would beat the Ravens by 2 scores, and we were all skeptical, and then we blew them out. It was that was such a great.
The moment we all realized that Jerry was psychic.
Yeah.
That was special.
Yes.
So, on Sunday, early in the day, I text Whitney and I said, I am calling it now. Stafford's going to throw at least 2 interceptions.
We know you're psychic.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do me any good outside of football.
One of my memories that sticks out from this year is super random, but I just thought of it the other day, and you'll have to help me fill it in. But what game was it? Was it maybe after the Jets game when the three guys, Boyd, Mixon, and who? I'm missing it. But all three came out to the presser together to show like a united front and say that they were sorry.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
All of that.
Bates?
Yeah, I think it was Bates,
I
right?
know it was Mixon, and I feel like it might have been Bates, and then there was a third guy. And I'm not remembering right
they
now.
basically wanted to they were the captains, and they wanted to say, you know, we're united because they represented offense, defense, but you know, they wanted to say like, you know, we take responsibility as a team for this loss. And yes, I did love that, Whitney. And I'd forgotten about that, so that's a really good point.
Yeah, I just thought it showed a lot of like about our team at that moment. So
yeah, for sure.
There's so many. It's hard to pick like just one.
It is
I
hard
feel
to
like
pick.
that block that chase through for Mixon to get that touchdown.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments of the entire season.
Yeah.
And on like the personal side, like the night before the Thursday night game and the night before the Raiders game, just being able to hang out with everybody and, you know, meet everybody for that first Wednesday night. And then the second game, like meeting everybody I hadn't already met and seeing everybody else. Like that was just, again, memories I will carry with me. Like those are core memories that I've created that will just be with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like football is amazing and it's one of my favorite things, but like just the community that we've like built with the show and just Twitter and everybody we've met, that has made this season just so much more special. It means so much more than, I mean, it would have meant so much already, but like I could have never predicted the joy that I would have had this season because of you guys.
Yeah. I have to say my favorite memory was the Vikings game, even though it was hotter than actual Hades that day.
So hot.
And I was like so melty and sweaty, kind of like I was on Sunday actually in LA. I was literally like just soaking wet, like from head to toe. And it was low-key miserable outside. But the fact that Jamar Chase caught those big passes, the fact that Evan McPherson kicked the game winner.
Oh, yeah.
And those, I feel like, were two big omens, I felt like, for how the season was going to go. And it was two things that were sort of question marks, I think, in people's minds. And I think we put that to rest. Also, the fact that there was such a good turnout that day. We had such a good turnout for fans in the stadium. And we were loud and we were forcing false starts, and that those are the things that I really missed over the past couple of years with, you know, COVID last year and then, you know, poor attendance the year before just because of people not supporting a team that's not doing well, unfortunately. But I feel like having that coming out this past season coming out and having all of those things go right, I felt like really was a good omen and really made me feel like good things were coming for the city and for the team and for the fans, and that, you know, fans were going to come back, fans were going to watch this team again. And it, you know, it turned out to be a really, really special year. So that was probably my favorite.
Was it amazing to be there and see all those guys? Because they did have that year off of like virtually nobody in the stadiums. And then, so like really it was kind of Burrow's first time running in and Higgins' first time running in like a packed house.
And full house, yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine seeing them all running in the brand new uniforms. And
yeah. With our brand new fake plastic tigers that you
yes.
Whitney.
Yeah.
I know.
I love those big plastic tigers. I don't even care. I love them. But yeah, no, it really was. And I'll never get this out of my head. I'll never get T. Higgins saying, "Wow, I love our fans." Like I'll never get that out of my head. Like that just, to me, that's everything. That's why we do what we do, is to just show love to these players, and for them to actually see it and recognize it, I feel like totally justifies everything we do. All the crazy things that we do. We stand outside in blistering heat and freezing cold, and I stood in a puddle for 2 hours at the at the pep rally. Like literally like we would do anything for our team, and to have them even just appreciate it, I feel like just is all we want. You know, that's everything we want.
That reminds me of another standout memory. And this one, I remember the moment that you and Cap said this firsthand at the Yard House after the Oakland game, but when you saw actual tears come from Jamar Chase's face after that win, I was shook.
And then did you guys see after the Kansas City win, he kept talking about crying again?
Yeah.
I mean, and people were trying to tell me
sobbing.
that he wasn't crying. People were really trying to tell me that he wasn't crying. Like
There
I
was
was
a picture,
an idiot.
first of all.
And I was so mad about that. I was like, I know what I saw. I saw the man crying. And then Kansas City, he's literally like ugly crying. Like,
and that was one of my favorite Mike Up moments too, because he was like, dog, like I'm like
about to cry again.
Yeah.
Same, Jamar.
I felt like
I love that Joe just had like no emotion up there, but like a smirk the whole time.
Joe was like,
how can you hold it together? I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
I just love that moment. And then think about all the classic moments. Like we have signature moments this year from just Joe Burrow oppressors alone. You know, besides the outfits and stuff like that, like the Wink Martindale, like
maybe.
Yeah.
Right? I thought he couldn't catch anything.
Yeah.
That was a mic drop moment, almost literally. It was great.
And F it, Jamar's down there somewhere. Like
yes.
It's
So
such
much
a fun
gold.
season.
So
Such
much
a fun
gold.
season.
And the fact that they're just getting started, to me, is everything, because it's like we could have this for 20 years. We could be doing this in 20 years. I mean, it's just incredible.
And the Uzama outfits.
Oh my gosh, I know. He literally dressed up like Buddy the Elf.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
His bag of cereal.
And didn't you think that was just going to be a Halloween thing? And then nope. Here he comes strolling in like Tennessee in a full-blown cowboy outfit.
And a full cowboy.
Yeah.
But his best screamed fly fisherman and not like cowboys. I don't know what that was about. And then a chef. And then like we had all kinds of looks going on.
He is a fool and I love him. But okay, I found some more memories from Twitter. Okay, Christine, our dear friend and official hype girl, says multiple favorite memories, but top two are the game we clinched the AFC North and I screamed and scared my waitress. And second was the wild card game because that atmosphere was electric and you could feel the players' raw emotion after the ending, the playoff drought, BS narrative. Yes, for sure. And then let's see, I had one from Mary. Where did Mary go? My favorite moment was being able to attend the Tennessee divisional game. Very jealous, Mary. Pretty special to witness part of Bengals history. Being welcomed into Bengals Nation on Twitter has been so special to experience, especially during such a magical season. Huge thanks to you, ladies, and thanks to you, Mary, because we wouldn't be anything without all of our viewers. So we appreciate all of you guys. Yeah. Everybody thanking us. I mean, seriously, thank you guys, because we wouldn't do any of this without you. So thank you so much.
Honestly,
and then David,
I might still hang out with you guys on Zoom. Just
I mean, I would probably do
it.
watch.
We might not put it on live. Yeah.
Watch this season, I'd probably still be doing it.
Honestly, that's what I thought when I started this. I was like, best case scenario, everyone just ignores us. Like that's like, to me, that's like best case scenario. Like then no one can make fun of me. But
I have to pretend that like nobody else is watching us, or I'll get like really nervous and get in my head about it. If I feel like I'm just talking to you guys and like sorry, like other friends that we know, then I can just be a complete nerd and
I think
my weird self.
Like I feel like we do know all of these people. Like I know So I feel like it's just a big hangout session.
it is our friends for sure.
It's just more than 4 of us now, and that's more fun.
No, absolutely.
And then David Moore said, my fave is Shooter McPherson calling his shot against the Titans. Yes, that was epic.
How cute was he staying out at halftime?
I know.
That was hilarious. Like that was so funny. It was legitimately funny. Because I just remember watching the commercial and seeing the camera pan over and he's sitting on the bench all innocent, like
no way. That's so funny. Yeah, I couldn't see him from where I was. Plus I was like very engaged in the halftime show. Which was like the best thing of my life.
Yeah.
I think I tore an ACL during that.
My mother-in-law was at her house. We had a lot of people in the house. And she was just like, how does everybody know this music? She looked at me and Brian. She was like, how do you guys know this? I'm like, well, grew up with this. Yeah. But she was very impressed with everybody.
So funny. Yeah. I mean, that's like all the music from like high school. for me in middle school a little bit, but mostly high school. But anyway.
Yep. It was epic.
Era says, if that boy don't have a girlfriend, he will have no trouble at all after this year. I'm pretty sure he's got a girlfriend.
I think he's got a fiance.
Are they engaged?
It
Yeah.
might be.
I think so.
Speaking of fiancés, did you guys see where Aaron Rodgers and his fiance broke up?
Yeah.
No.
You didn't?
No. Where did I
I'm
miss
so
the
shocked that
news?
a woman would not want to be with Aaron Rodgers.
The jokes from that are great though. They're all like, he can't get a second ring to save his life. Or like no
Oh.
rings for Aaron Rodgers. Or then like she was gonna marry him, but then she double checked. Like
Oh
that
my
kind of stuff.
gosh.
So good.
I'd love to hate on Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I love Green Bay. I love the people there. I love
Green
the
Bay.
fans.
The
I love
fans
the
are fantastic.
stadium.
Yeah.
I love the cheese. There was a lot of cheese involved the last time I went to Green Bay. But Aaron Rodgers can
As it should
kick
be.
rocks.
I've always been a big fan of Aaron Rodgers, actually, to be quite
Until
honest.
this
I
year.
love
Yeah,
Aaron.
until this year. Yeah.
It just
I
had no problem with
appreciated
him.
him beating
feels
the
like a
Steelers
TV
in the play or in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of those TV shows that like goes on too long, like a 2 or 3 seasons too long.
Jumped
and
the
it
shark
jumps
for sure.
He
Yeah.
jumped the I was just about to say that.
Like he jumped the shark this year.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
with it.
All righty. Let's see. I missed some comments here.
Oh, shit.
Pam said if only she could be muted. I don't know who she's talking about.
You can mute me, Mom. Literally, you're on your laptop in the next room. Hit
Only
mute
she could be
button.
muted.
Easy.
I love your mom so much.
Got it. All right. Well, gosh, I think that's about all I got. I'm excited for the future. I feel like this was a really good season. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, ladies, for doing this show with me every week. I would like to do, some specials throughout the off season, maybe a draft special, maybe like a draft preview and then a post-draft show, and then kind of just see how free agency goes. And we'll just kind of do things sporadically as the mood strikes, but get away from the weekly schedule and then hit it hard again during training camp and preseason. So
Yeah.
thank you guys all so much for being part of this. I think it's been really special. I'm proud to have done this with you guys, and I think we give a voice. And one of my other favorite memories that I didn't mention was being the Who Day Lady of the Week when they nominated the 4 of us for Who Day Lady of the Week. That was really special to me. So thank you so much for the person who nominated us, and thank you to the Who Day Ladies. I've been a part of the Who Day Ladies since they were invented. So that was really special to me. So thank you guys all so much for all your support and for hanging in there with us this year. It's been a good year. I hoped that this year would be very successful for the Bengals, but I never imagined that it would be this great and that we would be all this. Dustin says, "Who Day gals, talk to you all on Twitter, LOL."
I just want to say really quick before we jump off here, I was looking back because I'm putting a little something together for you guys, but I looked back on our first episode and I found it so funny because you've got Kayla, whose itty bitty baby girl Ivy was 5 days old on our first episode, and now I've met her and she's this sassy little personality, sweet little spirit. And then like, guess what you said, Jerry? You were like, I keep trying to get Brian to get us season tickets and I don't think he's going to do it. And now, like, just yesterday,
I
we
wore
got
him
season
down.
tickets. I know. Yaz on episode 1 was like, you asked her like if she was going to go any games this year, and she's like, I'm hoping to get to 1 or 2. And look at what she's done.
Yeah.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Proud.
And then Jess, like, you were just like so super humble and like, oh, I don't know. Like, I chose StreamYard. I don't even know what I'm doing. Blah, 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 blah. All this kind of stuff. But yet at the same time, like, you were calling your shots because we had that Tampa Bay preseason game and we sacked Tom Brady and you were like, that's it. Like, we're going to the Super Bowl. You literally said that. I just love looking back at that, like, first 1 or 2
I do
episodes
too.
in our season. None of us saw it coming. Like, I think we all saw. What's so funny is like we saw a lot of success for the Bengals coming and we were really optimistic, but I don't think any of us personally, like in our personal lives, could have predicted.
Always that way.
Yeah.
And I'm usually wrong. I'm literally always like that. I just so happen to be right this year. So. But yeah,
Whatever.
you're so right, Whitney. And it's so funny because like Jerry's in her car, Kayla's on her cell phone. You're at your house at your own birthday party with no video. It's just like this little like pulsating like little black and white thing that is Whitney.
Yeah.
And it's
I
funny
had just
because,
gotten done with like a pub crawl too.
yeah, you
Yeah.
were at, like a brewery thing. Yeah. So it's just so funny to me. And like I literally reached out to like I threw it out there and I reached out to everybody because it was kind of like my idea / Yaz's idea. And then Yaz was kind of like, I really can't commit to this. I really kind of want to do my own thing. So Yaz has been like our silent supporter this whole time. Like, God love her. She hasn't even left our group chat, which I feel like any normal sane person would have left our group chat by now.
Maybe
But,
we
like,
should tell her like it's okay. We won't
I
take
told her that so many times.
That
I've
group
texted
chat
her
is
that.
so
I said,
unhinged.
you can leave the group chat whenever
Yeah.
you want. Like, I don't blame you. And she's like, no, I love it. But like, Yaz is
Aw.
such a sweet person. And like, she's done such great things. Like, I'm nothing but happy for her.
Yeah.
I'm proud of her. And I'm so thankful that you three have decided to do this and that this was worth your time every week.
I really didn't
course,
think
yeah.
I was gonna get asked to like do it again. So when you like invited me to come back on, I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing this now.
No, you're
I
stuck
gotta-
doing it. So
Not stuck. I was just like, have they watched this? Like, I'm a complete disaster.
yeah, like, it's like we didn't have any transitions, we didn't have any intro, we didn't have any outro. And like Kayla has been such a big help, and her husband, giving us all those resources and doing the music for us. And then
Yes.
Cap, everything we have visually is basically because of Cap. So, big thanks to my unpaid intern.
Yeah. And not that it's gotten much better, but I like my camera looked like and my volume sounded like I was filming from a baked potato, like a literal potato. So thanks for this mic, Jessica.
Thank you guys.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I was under the sea, like I was an episode of SpongeBob or something in a pineapple.
It was so sweet. She goes, do you think they'll be offended if I want to send them a microphone? I was like, that's the best idea ever. We're doing it. I don't care if they're offended. We're sending them microphones.
You're adding a camera that was not made in the 1940s. Thanks. Maybe
I got a
some-
ring light and I thought I was like doing something special. I still don't know how to work this thing.
Oh, I
But
love
yes,
it.
I feel like we have come a long way, and I appreciate you guys for hanging in there with us. I feel like next year's going to be even better. And, one of the things, Tyler asked if we had any big plans. I don't want to give anything away yet, but I feel like we're to the point now where I want to have guests on, like fancy guests, like other people do. Before people always tell me like, oh, you should have guests. And I'm like, I am too embarrassed to have guests because I feel like this is a SHIT show right now. Like, I feel like I don't even know what I'm doing, but I am really excited because one of our amazing viewers has some connections, and she's going to help me get like training and stuff. So I'm not such a mess every time I talk to you guys.
I love that. That's such an unbelievable story you told us, by the way.
But I know
my gosh,
I cried a lot when she said
Yeah.
that, and Cap cried too, and we both cried. We were all standing there crying at a fun party with Coolio, and
Wait,
What?
oh, did I not tell you this? Okay, so
No.
there was like a tailgate, like a pre-party tailgate on Saturday night, and it was Bengal's Trailer and Bengal Gym, and they worked together to have this giant party at this brewery, but mostly it was outside. And so we're all having a good time, and then Coolio shows up
what?
and starts doing Gangster's Paradise.
Oh my God, no, he didn't.
Yeah,
Oh, I saw that.
I was like, that's Coolio. He had his hat with his like little pigtails sticking out of his hat. I was like, oh my God, that's Coolio. But I'm standing there crying, talking with the Taylor's nanny, who is the most amazing girl I've ever met, and the our friend Chris, who is the lady who's going to help me, be more professional and not say like, 100 times like, I'm an idiot. But anyway, so really big things are coming. I'm really excited, and I hope that we can get some awesome guests. I really want player mamas. I feel like is like number one on my list. Like I really want to talk to all the mamas. So I hope I can get a few of them to agree to talk with me. And I don't know how it's going to be yet. It might be like a live thing where they just come on for a segment. It might be like a pre-recorded thing where I talk with them and then we play it on the show. I don't know yet, but we're
We
also
should do
going to
a
start.
Mother's Day special.
Oh, that's a good idea. But I want moms like every week or
Yeah.
somebody every week just to do a short segment. So that's something that I'm excited about for the future. So, but as far as specifics yet, I don't know. But I'm
Well, I
excited.
feel like that was a spoiler, but also it's the perfect spoiler because now I'm excited. Like I
Yeah.
didn't know that was in your brain, and now I'm super excited.
Well, and I was talking, it's funny because one of my friends on Twitter, Chaz, was DMing me and saying wouldn't it be cool if you talked to a mom and was like, hey, what kind of things did they get from you? Like, what kind of traits did they get from you? Because
Yeah.
obviously a lot of these guys come from long lines of football coaches and football players and football things that wouldn't it be cool to talk to their moms and be like, what did they get from you? Like, what do you see of yourself, like in your son or whatever?
Oh,
So
yeah.
So I've got some ideas. I don't know how exactly I'm going to do it yet. I'm not sure how other people do it. I think UK, they pre-record their interviews and they play them as part of their episode. They don't do video though, so that they only do audio. So I don't know yet how we're gonna do it, but we will we'll figure out the details later. But that's one thing I'm excited for next year is to do. Our episodes might end up being like 3 hours long, but you can listen to it at 2.5 speed.
Little mini specials too. Like, I mean,
yeah, that's true too. We could release different stuff throughout the week. So anyway, very excited.
We're gonna talk about it.
Anybody have any parting words? Oh, also we're gonna do the fan boot camp thing too. We're gonna do like little episodes of that as well. So I'm gonna have you guys think of stuff you want to do. So, but
I love it.
I do too.
Good things to come. Good things to come for the Bengals. Good things to come for us. I'm very excited about all of it. So, any final words, ladies?
Thanks for making this the most special season ever. It was already going to be pretty great, but between you girls and everybody that's followed along with us, like I have so many memories. So thank you guys.
Yes, it's been great. It's been really, really great. So
yeah,
I love you guys.
I love you, Jerry.
Love you too.
I'm not. No.
Let's do it.
Wait.
For the grand finale. Oh, Jerry.
Did I get it? Did I get it? In the last episode? What is wrong with my arm?
Oh, I guess I gotta go in front of the microphone.
Oh man.
It's hard to do.
I think I got it.
Thank
you.
We did it.
Oh, we took this whole season and now you guys are just realizing it's hard to do.
I mean, it was pretty janky, but we could practice that at the boot.
Where you are on StreamYard.
Right.
It's not what you think.
I'm pointing.
You think this is my right hand. This is my left hand.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Coming soon.
On that note, good day, everybody.
Good day.
Good day.